What if a whole movie could keep you hooked without ever leaving one room? Today we're looking at 5 incredible films that prove you don't need big sets to tell a powerful story. By the by, I'm the movie guy and let's start this list. At number 5 we start with Drop. Directed by Christopher Landon, this thriller proves you don't need sprawling sets to build edge-of-your-seat tension. The story follows Violet, a widowed single mother finally ready to take a chance on a date at an upscale Chicago restaurant. But what begins as a night out quickly turns sinister when Violet receives mysterious DG drops on her phone, messages threatening her son's life unless she obeys shocking orders. The entire film unfolds inside the restaurant, every patron a potential suspect, every corner of the room suddenly threatening. What makes Drop so compelling is Landon's Hitchcockian approach. The camera stalks Violet with slow, deliberate movements, turning ordinary gestures into moments of dread. Like Hitchcock, Landon weaponizes silence, timing, and the audience's imagination, using one location to create escalating paranoia. Add in a grounded, vulnerable performance by Elizabeth Lail, and you get a thriller that never lets you breathe. At number 4 is Phone Booth. Directed by Joel Schumacher, this thriller squeezes maximum suspense out of the smallest possible setting. Colin Farrell stars as Stu Shepard, a fast-talking publicist who answers a ringing phone in a Manhattan booth and suddenly finds himself trapped in a deadly game. A sniper on the other end of the line knows all of Stu's secrets and threatens to kill him if he dares hang up or try to leave. The entire film unfolds on a crowded street corner, yet the focus never strays from the claustrophobic glass box and Stu's unraveling nerves. Schumacher keeps the tension razor sharp, using tight close-ups, sharp editing, and a constant threat of violence to make you feel as trapped as the character. What could have been a simple gimmick becomes an intense, high-stakes drama that proves one location is all you need for a great thriller. At number 3 is The Whale. Directed by Darren Aronofsky, this powerful drama shows that a single apartment can hold an entire universe of emotion. Brendan Fraser delivers a career-defining performance as Charlie, a reclusive English teacher living with severe obesity who spends his day teaching online classes with his camera turned off. As his health declines, Charlie attempts to reconnect with his estranged daughter, searching for one final chance at redemption. Almost the entire film is set within the walls of Charlie's modest Idaho apartment, and the confinement mirrors his emotional isolation. Aronofsky uses the limited space to focus on faces, gestures, and silences, turning every interaction into something intimate and raw. What makes The Whale unforgettable is how it balances the painful reality of Charlie's condition with a profound sense of humanity, carried by Fraser's deeply vulnerable and moving performance. At number 2 is Rope. Directed by Alfred Hitchcock, this classic thriller is both a technical experiment and a masterclass in tension. Inspired by a real-life case, the story follows 2 young men who strangle a fellow student and hide his body in a chest, then host a dinner party with the corpse still in the room. The entire film takes place inside a single Manhattan apartment, unfolding almost in real time. Hitchcock's bold choice to shoot in long, continuous takes gives the illusion of one seamless, uninterrupted film, pulling viewers directly into the suffocating atmosphere. The apartment becomes a stage where every glance, every pause, and every casual conversation drips with subtext. Rope is not just suspenseful, it's a daring showcase of how creativity and technique can turn one room into a space of unbearable psychological pressure, leaving the audience complicit in the crime. At number 1 is 12 Angry Men. Directed by Sidney Lumet, this courtroom drama remains one of the greatest examples of how powerful storytelling can be when confined to a single room. The film follows 12 jurors deliberating the fate of a young man accused of murder. At first, the verdict seems obvious, guilty, but as discussions unfold, doubts begin to surface and tempers flare as personal biases and hidden prejudices rise to the surface. Almost the entire movie takes place inside the sweltering jury room, yet Lumet's direction keeps it dynamic through shifting camera angles and a masterful use of space. The dialogue is razor sharp, the performance is layered, and the tension builds steadily as reason battles against prejudice. 12 Angry Men proves that you don't need action or spectacle to grip an audience, just strong characters, high stakes, and a room full of conflicting perspectives. And before we wrap up, an honorable mention goes to Cube. Directed by Vincenzo Natali, this Canadian cult classic traps a group of strangers inside a maze of identical, cube-shaped rooms, many of which are filled with deadly traps. With no memory of how they got there, the characters must work together and against each other to find a way out. What makes Cube stand out is how it turns repetition into atmosphere. Every room looks the same, yet every step feels more dangerous than the last. The film mixes science fiction, horror and psychological tension, all within a single geometric set. Low budget but highly inventive, Cube is proof that creativity and concept can turn a minimalist setting into a nightmarish, unforgettable experience. And that's my list of 5 movies set in just one room, plus the unforgettable Cube as an honorable mention. This film's proof that you don't need sprawling sets or huge budgets to create suspense, emotion, and unforgettable storytelling. Sometimes all it takes is 4 walls and the right story. Which one of these is your favorite, or did I miss one that should have made the list? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more movie lists every week. Until next time, keep on watching movies, guys.